But the rule is that the final result should retain as many significant figures as are there in the original number with least significant digits. What this means is you're multiplying or dividing, or the formula contains all this of quantities or 3 or 4 quantities. First quantity has 5 significant digits, second has 6, third has 3, and fourth has 1. So then the final result which you have should contain as many significant figures as the one with least significant digits. So in this case, which I said, if we had one significant digit in these 4 quantities, then final answer has to be with one significant digit. And let's go back to our previous example where we said that the mass was 4.237 grams and the volume was 2.51 centimeter cube, and we wanted to find the density. So we see in this quantity, in mass there are 4 significant digits, in volume there are 3 significant digits. So finally in density we will carry only 3 significant digits. So when we look at the answer which we had, the answer which we had for the density when we used a calculator, we got an answer of 1.688 such a number. Now we have to write this answer only up to 3 significant digits. So that means we will go up to 1.688. Now the digit after 8 is greater than 5. That means we will have to round up our answer. And so if the answer has to be expressed in terms of 3 significant digits, so the density will be given as 1.69 grams per centimeter cube. I'll talk a bit about this rounding after I talk about addition and subtraction. I'll give you the rules of rounding also. But secondly, let us take the case of addition or subtraction. Now it is very clear in addition or subtraction, when we are adding 2 quantities or subtracting 2 quantities, then these 2 quantities have to have the same dimensions. They cannot be 2 different dimensional quantities. For example, we can add 2 lengths or we can add 2 masses, but I cannot add a mass to a length. So now here what we have to go is how much is the error in each of these quantities, and whichever quantity, if I'm adding up 2 quantities, whichever has the most error, that is the error which I'll have to take. So here what we do is we retain in the final result, when we add or subtract, we retain as many decimal places as are there in the number with least decimal places. And it becomes clear with an example. Suppose I am adding up 3 masses. There's a mass 436.32 grams. There's another mass 227.2 grams. And then there is 0.301 grams. If I have to add up these 3 masses, then if we total them up, this comes out to be 663.821 grams. Now we look at each of these individual masses, we find the second mass has got only up to 1 decimal place. That means we'll finally have to write an answer correct up to the first decimal place. So this answer should be reported as 663.8 grams. Because in this second digit, it could be 0.21 or 0.22 or 0.23. So adding something about which we are not sure will not make any sense. So that is why we have to do it like this. Now, here implicitly I have used the concept of rounding off, which you must be familiar with, but let us just